Hello YouTube! Now you might be wondering, why am I not using the perfectly good iPhone X that is on the desk right now? Well, we are going to be doing a type of, not upgrade, but more of a modification, I guess is a better way to describe it. Now, I will be using the 10 later on in the video, but we are going to be taking a look at this. This is a Yeti caster, and you guys probably already know this if you've at least seen that I've posted a video about it. Granted, that one was a bit of a shorter and more rushed one, but I do have this Yeti caster. I have used it for the voiceover videos, and I've also used it whenever I've been screen recording with the Mac Mini, but I haven't been able to take advantage of it when I'm actually making videos just with the device until now. Now that's because the Yeti caster is a USB microphone, and there's no real easy way to plug it into this. But now I actually have this, a Lightning to USB 3 camera adapter. Now this is kind of like the iPad connectivity kit that was released back for the original iPad, the very first one. But it's basically just a Lightning connector, and then you have a USB port. Now this supports up to USB 3, so that's nice. And there's also a Lightning connection, so that way you can still charge the device even when you have something plugged into it. Now I do have a spare cable to use with the Yeti caster, so I don't have to use the one that's already been routed all nice and neat for the Mac Mini. And you might notice that it is a mini USB cable. That's one of the more interesting parts about the Yeti caster. Now we should probably open this up and see how it works. So instead of using the good old pull tab, I'm going to go the unintended way of cutting it open. Now, why would I do this? Well, that way I can keep the pull tab. And look how easy that was. There it is. Now we got the paperwork. Probably just says you can plug it in to your device. Basically, yeah, that's how it works. Here's the adapter itself. Pretty straightforward. Now we just have to get it out of the packaging. And there we go. Alright, so let's set everything to the side. And we're halfway there. We already got the adapter. Now we just have to try it out with the microphone. If the microphone does need more power than what the iPhone can support, there's always the option of plugging in Lightning, and you could get power that way. I figured I might as well mention that you can still use these with newer, or I guess older devices as well, as long as you have 30-pin. But if you have one of the 30-pin to Lightning adapters, you can use all your 30-pin accessories with Lightning supported devices. So in this case, if you did want to use these, you just have to get that adapter and then it would work. But in my case, it wouldn't necessarily be all that practical to be constantly using a 30-pin adapter for this along with the extra extension from this, because it would pretty much just be two parts, and if something happens with the 30-pin connection, that could cause some problems. So this adapter is much more convenient in my case, and the other benefit is that I can always charge the device with the Lightning port. So for a comparison, we can try the built-in microphone that is on the 10, and then we can try the Yeti caster and see how that works. So starting off with the built-in microphone, this is a test of the built-in microphone, and now we can try it with the Yeti caster. So I just plugged in the adapter, and I plugged in the USB cable for the Yeti caster, and the Yeti caster is showing that it is on. The red LED shows that it is receiving power, and now we just have to test it. And again, the really nice benefit about this adapter is that I can still charge the device while I am using it, instead of having to wait for the battery to charge and then use the adapter if I was using the dedicated iPad one with the 30-pin adapter. But it is still an option. Okay, so everything's set up, and now it's actually time to test out the Yeticaster. And it's around the same distance that it was when I tried it with the internal microphone of the 10. This is a test from the Yeticaster and not the internal microphone. Once again, this is for reference of the internal built-in microphone on the 10, and this is the Yeticaster itself, not the built-in microphone. What do you guys think? This is being recorded on the 10. Now this is just an item to have, so that way we're not just looking at the desk. But this is being recorded on the 10 with the built-in microphone, and from listening back to some previous test recordings, it seems that there is a bit more background noise. I don't know if that is something just with the internal microphone, but it seems that it picks up a bit more noise. And now let's see how the Yeticaster sounds again. Everything is the same. We're still using the 10. The iPod is still here. But this time the audio is being captured through the Yeticaster. And listening back to some test recordings with the Yeticaster, it seems that it's much more clearer than the internal microphone. And that's probably because right now it's being set to a mode which is more refined for voiceovers and just talking in general, and it seems that that is really helping out the audio. The other part is that I can also adjust the settings on the mic, and I can also adjust the gain control of the microphone, and I believe that I can also listen back or monitor the audio as it's being recorded through the headphone jack of the microphone. So just after a couple of minutes of reviewing some test footage, I can see that this is definitely going to be a big improvement, since I'm not using an internal microphone which is made to capture a wide range of audio. Instead, I'm actually using a dedicated microphone for something that I should have been using all the time, instead of just a couple of videos where I do voiceovers or I have to show something on the Mac itself. But fortunately, now I do have this, and the videos going into the future will have better audio, at least when it comes to talking. It is a better microphone, so that way it won't capture any background noise, or at least minimal background noise, and it'll just sound better in general. This adapter is also pretty functional with other accessories. I know that you can plug in stuff like a wired keyboard. You can also plug in stuff like external drives to access files, or plug in a camera as it's intended to access photos. So there's a lot of versatility with this adapter. And there is also the SD card version, which is a similar version to this, but it doesn't have nearly as much functionality as this, like how I'm using it with the Yeticaster, because that's just for SD cards. Still though, it's nice that they make these adapters and that it is pretty much just plug and play. There aren't any real issues with the Yeticaster connecting. It just works. So going into the future, the videos should at least sound better, and now with the 10, they should have a bit more quality to them, because this is of course a newer camera than what I was using before. This is a really big upgrade for the channel because new camera, better improved audio. Now hopefully the editing can match the quality that the videos actually produce, and hopefully you guys like them. That's pretty much it for this video. If you guys liked the video and the content that I make, then be sure to support the channel. And if you guys want to, you can also join the Discord and the subreddit. There are links in the description down below. And thank you all for watching.